Excelsior and other salutations, and we're moving on towards retaining inventory. I hope. You do have to give your character a nickname, and they provide a face. I wanted a unique one, but the first time making this retainer, I just didn't know how wrong that would inconvenience myself if I made a totally different character, which I'm sure it doesn't. I just needed to just stick it out. And they're in Gridania at grid 14.9. Here, grid 14.9 is the summoning bell. And that's the summoning bell for your retainer. After talking to the receptionist right at the door. And here, I think we're going to go into face recognition. Okay, here, and get and so it says sell items in your inventory in the market, or view sell history, sell items in your retainer's inventory on the market, sell items in your inventory on the market, entrust or withdraw gil, entrust or withdraw items, or sell those items, or just bank those items. And then that's a retainer, and that's your inventory. And you can switch back and forth. Your retainer has an inventory sheet so that you don't have to stay at 100 items in your inventory. And that I didn't know. Yeah. And that comes from the summoning bell. Amazing. Yeah. Just amazing. Let's see if I can get closer to the retainer inventory here. And that means will say this type thing on your items for your market. You want to be careful for things that are placed there. This said untradeable, right there. That's untradeable, and for the short bow. See, I was starting to look at some other things here. The dodo egg, which is kind of an item that's kind of annoying to look for in your inventory. Out in Limsa, I think. They're brown sparrow birds, kind of round like a chocobo, like the fat chocobo. And they're not that hard to find. It's just traveling there and doing it and getting a percentage odds of the drop. Yeah. And in that type of thing, and that means you might say that effort or recovery was worth $5 grand or 10 grand or something. But you see there it says sells for 1 gil. So if you see that on a market board in culinary or something like that, and that means, and this becomes an ingredient, you should be careful on how much you pay for it on the market board. Yeah. And if you don't see it there, try to find somebody with a pot watch. And I probably need to turn on the light here in a second. Let's see there. That's the cooking pot or pot watch. Watching the pot as the water boils. And either find them or somebody that says culinary in the stalls, in the independent stalls in the back here, which I think that means, with Tradecraft Girl in one of my other videos. And find her or somebody near her. There should be a Lalafell person diagonally opposite from her, and they should have food or food ingredients. You can buy raisins there, you can buy dodos there, or maybe not dodo eggs, but honey muffins. The culinary place is in a cafe in Limsa, second upper castle, aft castle. You go there, and if you join the guild, they probably have items for sale that you need to use in your craft, and that way you won't have to pay $5 grand a piece for them. Probably pay 1 or 6 gil or maybe 20 gil type thing. 20 gil off of 5,000 sounds close to people who don't like number exchanges. That's 5 grand minus 20, and that's 4,980 gold off in overpay. So you want to just be careful of that. Same with the apothecary. Once you get to a certain level, the independent apothecary actually has silence or echo drops, along with spine drops, to cancel out silence. And then you can set the item in your subcommands for your square button to assign to hotbar, and then keep the potions somewhere within your grids. If you keep using R1 on those grids, you can keep assigning to, I think, 8 hotbars. So it is possible to subcommand not only sort, but to assign to a hotbar item. Because I think I've done a potion, I haven't done a potion ether assignment in a very long time, but you can do that from your inventory or armory chest. But I think it's from your inventory, which is R2 and square on your controller at the same time. R2 and like R2D2, R2, and then your square button at the same time. Not in sync, like 1 and then 1 type thing. Like R2, hold the R2, and then while still holding R2, hit the square. Eventually you'll get used to using like a like maybe like a crimp thing type thing there. You just crimp one and crimp the second. Yeah. Like your thumb typers or something like that. I went through the Gridania ceremony, so I've got like 6 wood masks from Gridania with their spring washing covenant ceremony. Some of my other awards while in Gridania were those Warrior Marker Creed masks or Halloween masks, so I have like a ton of them. And sometimes I passed up on some of them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, plus a helm of light. I think I can craft them through Carpenter Guild from Ingridania once you get there. Or you have to complete your storyline as a main character up to 15th level in any class. And then after that, they should come to you with some type of story asking you to travel abroad, you know, with your light, the shard, the crystal, something. Yeah. And then you should get, the first pass will be free, and then every time you travel in between the continents of Ulda, Limsa, Laminsa, or Gridania, it's going to cost 120 gil unless you find a connect through. I think the ferry is 200, so that's 80 more than the airship pass, and sometimes the chocobos can run them, and they're like 40 cheaper than the airship pass. Just depends on your situation. When you land in some places, just because you went to the different continent doesn't mean that it's still not far away. So you might still need a chocobo or your own mount or seals from the OIC. This is the counter people, not the Office of Arms people. You need like 2,000 seals, and I think in Gridania, the Tombcraft one dungeon with the undead in it has seals or something like that. And there's some other sign-up places at the Hawthorne Hut. Yeah. And in that type of means, you can get that, and then you have your own personal mount. You pay them 2,000 seals, you can get a chocobo. You pay them more, you can get a horse, a nightmare, gobbledygoo, those gray things with green grass on them, all types of stuff. But you have to finish a lot of the main quest storyline with your character, not just multi-class stuff up to 10 or 12. And then 12 off of 15 is 3 off for all your classes. You're like, I don't care anymore, you know, I'm not get a seal or something. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Let's see here. In certain sets of commands, well, entrust retainer, equip, item comparison, try on, repair, die, open gear set list, search for item, link, set to hotbar, return to inventory, discard, or sort. And you don't have to go down through the list if you're worried about hitting discard. You can actually just go up from the point that you're at, highlight it, and it'll just automatically go to the bottom. And so in that type thing there, that is here on the cursors there, and then you just go up on them, not this side but this side. Yeah, there's no letters on them type thing, they're directional buttons. Yeah. Inventory dots are empty, or getting emptier. And right here, 109 out of 175 inventory slots on the retainer. I've not yet tried 2 retainers. I think I can hire 2, and if that's going to double my inventory storage. I'm not sure about that, but I will find out one day.